Yo, what's up YouTube, it's Sully and today I'm going to be updating the high ground strategy guide on the map MASCHINE. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is make sure that you have the Ring of Fire tier 3 upgrade on your class. The tier 3 is going to be essential, but the tier 5 is going to be very nice. This is going to make it so that your Ring of Fire could potentially last a little bit longer. As well as that, you want to go into your controller settings, scroll all the way down to the bottom and change the reload behaviour to prioritize reload. This is going to make it so that if there's a tomahawk at your feet and you want to reload your ray gun, instead of picking up the tomahawk, you're going to actually reload every time. Now there's only going to be one door that you have to keep closed for this strategy, and that's the door right at the back of the penthouse. So in order to run this strategy, you're going to want to make sure that you have the ray gun tier 3 patter punched. Along with that, grab the regular wonder weapon too. The regular version is going to work best for this strategy, so don't bother upgrading it. Also, be sure to grab a chopper gunner in case you ever get trapped. You can pull the chopper gunner out and it's going to take you off the map and stop the zombies from being able to do any damage to you. But if you're getting low on the blue salvage, you can also get the cruise missile as well. It's going to be cheaper, but you can't get as many kills with it. So the main way that this strategy has changed after the update is that now when you pop Ring of Fire, you've got to kill that zombie spawn to your left by yourself. After the update, they made it so that the Ring of Fire itself barely does any damage to the zombies on these rounds. So you can't rely on your burning effect of the Ring of Fire to actually kill that zombie spawn to your left anymore. I know the tier 4 and the tier 5 upgrades says that the burning effect has a chance to insta-kill the zombies, however it doesn't happen frequently enough to the point where you can rely on it. Apart from this, the strategy is still exactly the same as it was before. It's still ridiculously fast, and when you get used to it, it's actually not too hard to run. Now I'm going to show you one more round of gameplay just to talk you through my thought process throughout the strategy. So at the end of a round, make sure that you pick up all the salvage just to make sure that you don't run out. Then at the start of the round, chances are you're not going to have your Ring of Fire charged up. So what I like to do is I like to shoot this wall spawn first and then go to the left spawn. Then after about 2 rotations you should charge up your Ring of Fire. So from that point, just pop your Ring of Fire and start going crazy, kill all the spawns as fast as you can. If I have less than 25 bullets in my mag of the ray gun, I like to reload. And if I reload, I like to do so when there's dog gas on the ground, just because it slows down the zombies that are walking over it. Gives you more time to finish the reload animation without being overwhelmed. But also make sure that before you reload, that you shoot the wall spawn and the left spawn, just so you don't get overwhelmed. And once it runs out, you kind of want to default back to that as well, where you want to shoot the wall spawn. It charges up so much of your Ring of Fire, just that one spawn alone. You want to make sure that you shoot the left spawn at least once, just so you don't get overwhelmed. Apart from that, just focus on the zombies in front of you. And once you get that Ring of Fire charged up, it should end the round. If you're in the later rounds, like 200 plus, once that Ring of Fire ends, you're going to need to make sure that you grab ammo. So do so by throwing a decoy or whatever, grab ammo, then just get back up to the strategy and do the same over again. Now I'm going to show you a boss round. I know one of the rounds I've already shown you actually had a boss in, but this round has 2 bosses. If you kill the first boss too fast, it's going to make it so that the game's going to give you 2 bosses on one round, opposed to just one. So if you're smart enough, you can actually purposely slow down you killing the first boss, just to make sure that you don't have 2. But if you do have 2 bosses, it's not the end of the world. So with the Ring of Fire damage buff, it should only take about 3 or 4 shots to actually split the Megaton. But from that point, if you throw a Molotov perfectly at the Megaton's feet, when he splits open, the Molotov alone should be able to wipe out his duo. But as you can see, I actually kind of messed up the throw a little bit, but it's just something to keep in mind. And then for the second Megaton spawn, you're going to want to make sure that you start shooting them and actually split them when you have your second Ring of Fire active. And then from that point, just kind of handle it exactly the same as the first Megaton, and you should be fine. Now I'm going to give you a couple tips to help you out. So the first is, if you're ever in a bad situation where you need to reload or you're just losing control of a situation, just throw a decoy at this rooftop, kill the zombies that go to it, charge your Ring of Fire again, and then you should be able to regain control from here. Also on a dog round, if you stand opposite this wooden post, it's going to make the dog spawn way closer to you. It's going to make the dogs go by so much faster. And finally, if you take this teleporter down to get new armor, it's going to be so much faster than actually running all the way around. Some people actually think that when you take the teleporter down, you've got to wait for it to cool down and go back up, but it's actually considered a separate teleporter, so you should be able to actually take that same route again straight away without waiting for a cooldown. Now on to the last thing in the video, which is going to be the insta-kills. So what I like to do is I like to throw a Molotov all the way at that far spawn. And this is going to make the amount of kills you get during this insta-kill just crazy. From that point, the reason why you're carrying this wonder weapon is just for the insta-kills. You want to start spamming your wonder weapon, sucking in the ammo. If you suck in the ammo for like literally a second, you're going to get a shot back, so 15 bullets. So just shoot, suck in, shoot, suck in. And just keep doing this throughout the insta-kill. Once your Molotov runs out, you can throw another one back there. And it's just the amount of kills you get on an insta-kill is crazy like this. Now when your insta-kill runs out, it can actually be quite hard to regain control of the situation because the swap between the wonder weapon and pulling your ray gun out takes so much time. So what I like to do is I like to back up to the wonder fizz machine and I like to shoot the ground at the point where the zombies on the left spawn, jump over the rocks to actually get into the map, and where they land is where I'm shooting. And also the zombies all in front of us is going to run over that spot as well, so I kind of make like my own little kill zone to fill up my ring of fire. And you can also use this throughout a regular round too if you're getting pushed back. Just shoot the ground in that spot to charge up your ring of fire. Then once you get your ring of fire, just pop it and then regain control. And that's going to be it from me, so if this video helped you out, be sure to leave a like. If you're new, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.